Hello, 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 everybody. Welcome to Build a Quilts Coffee and Chat, Coffee and Quilts Live. A little chat, a live chat I do couple times a month on a Friday, kind of before lunch or around lunchtime. Just kind of a catch up on what's been going on, anything that's new. And I have some great fabrics to show you guys today. It's not very long. I try not to keep you a horribly long time, but I love it when you come and join me. So if you are on, and I see we do have a bunch of folks on, please go ahead and introduce yourself in the comments and say hello so I can see who's here and we can chat with one another. So if you're new, Build a Quilt is all about patchwork in the hoop, my patchwork in the hoop system. Very traditional patchwork that we make with the hoop of our embroidery machine, like our flower basket block that you see here, or our Points Home Star that we did. I think this was last month in July or August. August. I think this was July's block. And it is all traditional patchwork, but we make it with the hoop of our embroidery machine, which means like the seams, all of the precision that it takes in traditional quilting methods is built right into the pattern. So you don't have to worry about it. You don't have to worry about having a 1/4 inch foot for your sewing machine because you get a specific guideline. As long as you can follow a line, you can get a perfect seam. So welcome in again. If you're here and you're new, or even if you're not new, just let us know. Introduce yourself in the comments. My hair's all crazy today. It's all crazy. I had my bangs trimmed yesterday. What do you guys think? Those of you that know me know I usually wear them on the side, and I still can, but she trimmed them so that I can part in the middle now and kind of wear them kind of a twiggy fringe, which I kind of like, but I'm still getting used to it. Anyway, so I hope you all are having a great Friday. It's beautiful here where we are. It's a little bit breezy, but a little bit of rain this morning, but it's a little bit breezy, but it's sunny and beautiful. I think we're supposed to be up to 83. Now that's the part I don't get. We're like heading into the end of September and fall literally is tomorrow, and we should not be this warm. But apparently Mother Nature has something I don't. So also, because we're Coffee and Quilts, if you've got your coffee cup or your tea or your bottle of water or whatever you like to sip while we're chatting, go ahead and grab that as well. And there's a couple of things I want to kind of rediscuss from the other night, from Wednesday Workshop Live. Now, if you're new with us and you don't know, every Wednesday night at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time, we meet right here live on the YouTube channel at Build a Quilt, and we do a workshop. We talk about a block, we talk about lots of things. There's little prizes that you win, all that kind of fun stuff. And Wednesday night, we introduced our brand new block. It has been the most requested block of the year. Okay, the most requested block of the year, the hexagon block. Now you can see here I've created it in a 2-color. It can be created as a single color, or with the pattern this time you also get the mosaic half hexagon, so that you could make a full mosaic hexagon. Or what I kind of really love is this idea of doing a solid on one side and the mosaic on the bottom. I think that is kind of pretty looking. I think that could do a really interesting quilt. And we're going to be doing a Zoom class coming up here. I'm working on getting that scheduled for us, where we're going to do the Grandma's Flower Garden block. We're going to do a block together in the Zoom with this pattern so that you'll know how to do it. We talked about that Wednesday night. In fact, if you weren't with us Wednesday night, you want to check out this last Wednesday night's live recap, the replay, because it's going to give you a lot more information about that in this. And I will try to remember to post it here on this live when we're done. And then we're going to, this coming Wednesday night, one of our friends in the group said that our question of the week, we always have a question of the week, and then you get to put in your answer, and then I spin the wheel and somebody wins a free block pattern that week. So somebody said they really wanted to do the friendship braid. Beautiful block, very simple to make, especially with the half hexagons that are part of the hexagon set. So this coming Wednesday night, guess what we're doing on Wednesday Workshop Live, guys? We're going to go through the making of a friendship braid block. And so I know that a lot of you, we're going to do that as a class. And I thought, you know what? More people will get to see it probably if we do it in workshop. And so I might do a more detailed video as well. But Wednesday night workshop this coming week, we are definitely going to talk about and do and break down how you do it with the half hexagon. Okay. You can also do this with a flying geese unit, but technically I like it better with this. With the half hexagon. So join us this coming Wednesday night. So that'll be the 25th of September, 6 p.m. Central Standard Time here on the channel for Wednesday night workshop. Now let me get this. Hang on. I want to get this little scrolling bar. There we go. I'm done with that. That was messing with my eyes. So how are you, everybody? Again, go ahead and sign in. Let us know who you are and where you're from. I'd love to say hello to you. And so this week, that was our new block, was finally the hexagon, because I've had it ready to go for a few months, but I wanted to wait and do it towards the beginning of fall because it's a nice project to put in before we start our yearly quilt from our Quilt Lab blocks, right? So this is it. And when you get it, you'll get the digital pattern for the solid block, and you get the bonus of the digital pattern to do the mosaic as well. Normally, our single segments are just one size block, one piece. And if we do it as a mosaic, that's a whole separate set. But I decided this time to do the mosaic as an actual bonus in this file or in this pattern set. So you're going to get both. This is what the pattern, that's what the cover looks like. And I'll show you here before we're done today how how you can find it and get that for yourself. Our single segments are really economically priced at just $4.50. You get all the written materials and all the digital, and you get a how-to video as well. So all of that will be available when you get your pattern. And we still have a Labor Day sale going on, and I'll remind you of that coupon code here in a little while, because you'll be able to use that and even get this for less if you want to. Although there's something else I want to tell you about that you might want to use that coupon for, but we'll talk about that in a bit. So that is coming up this Wednesday night for our brand new hexagon. And I have to say, I was really glad to finally put it out because I love the Grandma's Flower Garden. It is my first quilt that I ever did with my grandmother. It hangs right there. Can you see it? No, it's kind of blocked on the screen, but it hangs right over there. And I absolutely love it. And still to this day, it's like, it's old. Because I've been quilting for over 55 years. So it's old because we made it when I was a little kid. So we made it together. And we did it when it was all paper piecing. I'm not good at that. It took us 3 years to make it because it was a nightmare for me. I don't know why my hair keeps sticking out. I may have to spray it down later. I just washed and dried it this morning, but it's sticking out. I've got the frizzies. Oh, well. Sometimes that happens after I go and get my hair done. Alrighty, so what we did yesterday was I went on a little bit of a shopping trip to try and find the fabric that we're going to use for our Quilt Lab end of the year quilts. So you know that every month we have a Quilt Lab block. And we have a Quilt Lab subscription. Even if you were to subscribe to the subscription now, you'd get everything we've already put out for the year. Or you can buy the blocks independently. So this block was a Quilt Lab block this year. It came in 3 sizes. Our blocks always come in 3 sizes. They're not always exactly all of them the same size, but they always have at least one that is the same size so that we can do the quilt at the end of the year. So this was one. Our flower garden or our flower basket was one. I thought I had a couple more sitting around here. Maybe I don't. Maybe those are the only 2 I grabbed from the room because I'm not in the studio. As you can see, I'm out here in the kitchen. I thought Friday's coffee and quilt chat could be out here. It's a little bit different scenery, right? So the Quilt Lab quilt is coming up. Now, I will tell you, I wanted to introduce it to you this coming week and get it going like a week or so after, but I think we might now have to start it at the 1st of November, and I'll tell you why. You all know that have been with me for a while that my local quilt shop is 2 hours away. In no matter what direction I go, I have to go at least 2 hours. This is making me nuts. I'm going to go cut my hair. It's driving me crazy. Anyway, so it's 2 hours away. And so what I have to do is kind of plan out my trips. And so I went over there yesterday. Dave and I went over yesterday. And my plan was to find a collection of fabric that would meet the needs. I've got it all graphed out. I've got all the colors graphed out, all the blocks graphed out. Everything is ready to go, except I needed to pick the fabrics. And I want to give it to you. So there are two color choices, the color choice that I make it in and an alternative choice, because some of you might not like one and you might like the other. Well, we went over there and I told you I would show it to you in a collection that you could easily get at your quilt shop. Well, I went over and they are out of everything. Hi, Norma. I just saw that you were on. You've probably been on here forever. Hi, Norma. Let's see. Hi. Oh, you're very welcome. Norma was one of our winners on Wednesday night for the she won the free hexagon set. So you're very welcome, Norma. I hope you enjoy it. And Wednesday night, if you haven't heard me yet, Norma, we're going to be doing that friendship braid. So you'll want to come Wednesday night to workshop for that. But we drove over and they didn't have any collections really that were full collections. They had like 6 or 7 fabrics in a collection, maybe, and they didn't have much of it. They didn't have like enough that I needed. So I'm going to have to order the fabric. I know the fabric that I want, so I'm going to have to go online and order it. And I plan to do that today so that hopefully if I can get them, a couple of places I do it online won't ship overnight. But I know one of them will. And so if I can get them to ship it to me overnight, then I can get started on the prototype of the quilt being done next week. If they won't, then it's going to probably take a week to 10 days for me to get fabric in. So we'll either start it at the end of October or the beginning of November. I think that will give me enough time to get it in and get it going. So, and I apologize for that. That's just how that went. However, lest you think I did not have a productive trip to the fabric shop, you would be wrong, because I did. I picked out, whenever I find fabrics that I like, I try to get a yard of them because that gives me enough to do samples for Build a Quilt. And typically when I go fabric shopping, I'm looking for fabric for Build a Quilt. I rarely just go to buy fabric for myself because I don't have time to quilt for myself as much, because I'm always making great stuff for Build a Quilt, which is fun. I mean, it's like the same idea. I'm still getting that quilting therapy, right? So I found some and I got them in a yard each. And I actually got one the end of the bolt. So I got about 1.5 yards of one. And one of them is definitely Christmas. One of them is kind of fall, and one of them, I suppose Christmas or fall or whatever. But I found some collections that I loved that were in grays and ginger colors and oranges. And then the Christmas one is, well, greens and reds and creams, but this other one is gray. We're going to start with this one. I want to show it to you. So the first one I got, and I hope to goodness I have a salvage that's going to tell me who this is from. Yeah. So this is Collection for a Cause called Etchings, and it's Moda. This shop I went to yesterday is a big Moda shop, and it's this one. Isn't that lovely? What do you guys think? Now, I have a friend who absolutely despises red fabric. I don't really know why. She just doesn't like red color, and so she would not like this. And so you will not offend me if you tell me in the comments that you don't like red fabric. That's cool. But I love red, and I thought this was really beautiful. Now, a fabric like this, that pattern is pretty big, isn't it? However, when I cut fabric like this, I don't worry about the pattern. I just cut it as if I'm cutting a solid, because there's nothing I'm going to cut through that's going to make a real difference in my overall piece. You're still going to get a lot of red and cream in every single cut that you make. Okay. So what do you guys think of that red and cream? I love it. I think it's beautiful. And then they had this one, and I love teeny tiny rosebuds. When I was little, I had a pillow that had the teeny tiniest yellow rosebuds on it. And I think that's why to this day, in regard to roses, yellow is my favorite color. But I found this one. It's kind of a really soft, almost a mottled gray, almost like you were looking at a grunge fabric. So, because there's like a little bit darker, a little bit lighter, and then those teeny tiny red rosebuds. Let's see if I can tell you any information about this one. This one is, I've got salvage here, but I don't know if I have actual information that's going to be helpful. They wouldn't write it down for me. I asked them, I'm like, can you guys write this down? They said, no, we really don't have time. They were getting ready to close by the time we got there. Oh, this is also Collection for a Cause etchings. This is also called etchings. So I think this whole collection that I'm showing you now is etchings by Collections for a Cause. But let me unfold a little bit. Isn't that pretty? And look at it now next to that. I just love that gray and red together. I think it's gorgeous. And then this is from the same collection. And this one I truly fell in love with because look what color's in there. That little minty blue, I like that kind of aqua color, the red, a little bit of green, and then that dusty taupey gray. It's really a taupey gray. That's what it is. And I love it. What do you guys think about that one? So you'll be seeing some sort of a sample or a small project that we do sometime probably in the next 6 months, and I'll be using these 3 fabrics. And she said that this was not a new collection. It was from last year, but if it's from last year and they still had it, I bet you can still find it. Collections for a Cause is the name of the collection. So, whoops, let me pull that one. And I'm going to tell you, starting tomorrow, I'm ripping the studio apart. I mean, I'm ripping it down to the studs practically. I'm considering painting the whole 9 yards. So you might be seeing more of our stuff with me out here because I know I'll get to a point where I'm not going to be able to film back in the studio. But so just fair warning, okay? Hi to everybody that's on with us now. If you'd like to introduce yourselves, please do so in the comments. We'd love to say hello to you. You are watching Build a Quilts Friday Coffee and Quilt Chat. A little review of the week and some of the new things and things that are going on here at Build a Quilts Patchwork in the Hoop. So this is the Christmas collection. Again, a red. Now these are little bitty stars and they have dots. And this is Moda again, and it is Scarberry by Corey Yoder. This is Corey Yoder's fabric. I didn't realize that when I grabbed it. I thought it was someone else's, but this is Corey Yoder's. And I thought that was really cute. And, you know, even though it's a Christmas collection, look at the little stars, you could use this for anything where you need red. I think you could even use this if you wanted to do something for the 4th of July or patriotic holiday or something. I think you could do that with that one. Now, here's the next one, and I adore this one. Now, again, with this, if I were just cutting it for blocks, I wouldn't worry about the size of the pattern. However, in this one, it's interesting because you have this bunch of flowers and this bunch of flowers, and I would fussy cut those maybe to get those specifically highlighted in a block. You could certainly do that. And let's see this. I think I know who this one is from. This is still Corey Yoder's Starberry. See, I thought this was a different collection by somebody else. So this is still Corey Yoder's Starberry, and makes sense to have the little stars, so those go together. But I thought that was really beautiful. I like this kind of green, this kind of a sagey green for the holidays. And so my eye went right to this. And then here is another one in the collection, same collection, and it's got words on it. And if I can, where my magnifier, here they are. Let me put on my magnifier so I can read this teeny tiny print. It says, oh, star of wonder, star of light, star with royal beauty bright, westward leading, still proceeding, guide us to thy perfect light. So it's the Christmas Carol song. And so beautiful. And I thought it's lovely. It's definitely a fabric that could read as solid. It's definitely something you could use in place of a solid. It would be a great background fabric. It would be a great backing fabric, I think, too. But I love it. And of course, it goes with the others. And then this one I like because I like a dot. I don't necessarily need a big dot. And pin dots are great, but I like kind of an in-between dot. And this one certainly has it. This has stars and dots. And this is from that same collection as well. And again, this could be used as a backing or a background. There's no direction to it. You can just cut it and whatever turns out, turns out. But I thought that was great. And these stars go really well with these stars. And I mean, it's all the same collection, so it goes great together. So let me bring these up. This is Corey Yoder's Starberry. And I know this has been out. I know this was out last year because I did get some of this last year, thinking it was a different designer altogether. I don't know what I was thinking, but that's it, Starberry. So they still had quite a bit of it. So you could probably still get this if you like these greens and reds. I think this collection would make a beautiful tree skirt. I'm really in the mood this year for making a tree skirt for our tree. We got a new tree last year, and I think I need to make us a new tree skirt. I've been kind of using an older velvet pre-made one. It's still in great condition and it's still pretty. I think I want one that's patchwork, right? Why not? Okay, so this next collection is, again, Moda. Like I said, this store I was at yesterday is very Moda heavy, which is great. Moda's fantastic fabric, right? We love it. And this is called Rustic Gatherings for Moda. Rustic Gatherings. Now, I loved this because look at the butterscotchy color. I don't know how that's reading for you. It might be reading gold for you, but it's really a true butterscotch color. And then this is black, but there's also some gray, so it comes out very muted. Now, there's another one. This is the same fabric, but this has the black background and more of a cinnamon color instead of the butterscotch. It's more cinnamon or ginger colored. I love those together. Aren't those pretty? If you want to do something for autumn, in fact, I might cut this for my friendship block that we're going to do Wednesday night. I'll have to think about that. I don't know if I have enough variation, but I really love those. Those would be great for something for autumn. And then this, trying to look at it to see if it's the same thing. It is the same thing, but this has the gray background instead of the black. And so that gingery color is just a tiny bit in there. But this, there was like a yard and a half left, so I got the whole thing because I really do like that. I'm really liking these gray colors over black. I've always been someone who has enjoyed working with black fabric, but this gray is really enticing to me because it mellows out the black color a little bit. So those three are all the same, but in the different colorways. And then this one went with it too. And I loved this, just the two colors, the cream and the gray. I thought that was beautiful. And I want to make sure, I think this is the same collection, but let me double check. Let me look. Let's see where my salvage is. Here we go. It is, oh goodness, let's see. Hang on. I don't know if it's going to give me the full name. Oh, here we go. Let me grab my glasses. It's really light. It's harder. Okay. So this is Rustic Gatherings as well. So this is it as well. But it says, whatever makes you weird is probably your greatest asset. That's in the salvage. Do you guys save your salvages? I do, because I love to make, I love to use them in mosaics, and I will definitely save that. Whatever makes you weird is probably your greatest asset. I kind of agree with that. Because we usually see it as weird when everybody else sees it like as a real talent or something like that. So that was this collection. So I think I got 11 different fabrics in, let's see, 1, 2, 3 different collections, all Moda. Moda just makes really beautiful fabrics. The thing that disappoints me about this shop, and I won't name it because I love them to death, and that's where I get all my machines, is they don't carry Kimberbell, they don't carry Lori Holt, they don't carry much, if any, Free Spirit. And I end up using Free Spirit a lot. They carry some Tula, but very little. They carry like some of the background pieces, but not. They never carry like a full, whoever buys for them doesn't buy the whole collection. So it's kind of hard sometimes to find that. So that was yesterday. That was the fabric haul. We talked about this. I wanted to make sure folks know about this. Please go and watch Wednesday night's replay, because then you'll get to see more about that. And I wanted to share with you that we are still, we extended our sale. What's going on with hang on, my thing is doing weird things. Here we go. We extended our Labor Day sale through Sunday. It wasn't until the 15th, and we extended it through to this Sunday. You get 25% off any one Build a Quilt item in our website, and I'll give you that address in a moment. And you could use it for your segment single, for your hexagon. You could use it for any of the single Quilt Lab patterns that are on there if you want. However, in the new year, we're going to be using our Build a Quilt Basics combo set quite a bit. And that is this set here. You might have gotten it when it was originally 2 sets. Now we've combined it into one. So you're getting 6 different segment pieces: the square, the half square triangle, and the quarter square triangle. These all come in 4 sizes. And then you also get the flying geese unit, the split rail unit, which can really be used as 2 single rectangles, and the diamond in a square. These all come in 3 sizes. You get all of the written materials, you get all of the how-to videos, and you get all those sizes. So with this set, if you purchase this set, you could make hundreds, dare I say thousands of quilts. You can translate quilts that are already out there on the market, patterns you love, but do it in the Build a Quilt way. And one of the master classes, mini courses that we're going to do this year is going to be the full translation of a quilt pattern from beginning to end. You will need this set to do it if you want to do it. The mini courses, we talked about this a couple weeks ago, the mini course themselves will be free. Okay, yay, we love free. So the mini course will be free, but you'll only have use of it for 2 months, 60 days, and then it will go away. And we might do that mini course again like the next year, but it's only going to stay out for 60 days. But for the mini courses, you will definitely need this, and we'll be using this on a regular basis. You can use that coupon that you see scrolling across the bottom and get 25% off of that. That's a great savings. So if you're one of our regulars, or you're somebody who wants to start being a regular and start doing your quilting in the hoop, so it's going to look like just any other quilt, because we use wash away stabilizer. We don't use a permanent stabilizer. So in the end, you have your quilt top, your batting in the middle, and your backing fabric, just like any other quilt does. I judge quilts. This year we had a category for in the hoop quilting. Nobody ever knew that those quilts were made any other way, but either by machine or by hand. So it's really a great technique. It's great for folks who've quilted for a long time. And I know we have folks here that have quilted for a long time and then lost the use of hands easily to quilt. And so quilting in the hoop is much easier for them. And I've had carpal tunnel surgery on both hands, much less repetitive stress. And again, all that precision that you need in traditional quilting is built right in. So you could use that to get your combo set. But that coupon is good for any single thing other than the Quilt Lab subscription. It's good for any other product on the Build a Quilt website. So let me just say the coupon out loud because it's kind of long. 25 Labor Day Sale 2024. I know that's long. 25 Labor Day Sale 2024. That's the coupon, and it's good through Sunday. Okay, and then that will go away. Our Labor Day sale will be done, but I wanted to extend it just a little bit longer for you folks. Okay, hello T, hello our good friend T. You were looking for wash away stabilizer. So what's a good one? T, any wash away stabilizer is fine. In fact, I recommend you get something to where you can save yourself some pennies. You don't do enough heavy stitching on it as you know, with Build a Quilt, that you need some really expensive one, and some of the name brands can be more expensive. I order mine in bulk off of Amazon. To be honest, it's a non-name brand. I've shared that link with folks before. So T, if you want, or I think this is Norma asking, actually. Sorry, Norma. If you want to send me an email, Norma, at support@sewincommon.com. I will send you the information either later today or tomorrow or whenever I get your email. I'm going to be gone for a good rest of the day and the evening today, but I can certainly send it to you as soon as I'm back in the studio, either tonight or tomorrow, because I think I get 100 sheets for what you would normally pay, even a little bit less than what you would normally pay for 25 sheets of a name brand. And it works perfectly because you don't need an expensive wash away stabilizer for Build a Quilt at all, because that's not heavy stitching. Okay. So I hope that's helpful. Please let me know. If you need to contact me for anything you've seen today, you can contact me at support@sewincommon as well. I'm happy to answer your emails, and I usually answer them right away. Unless it's in the evening and Dave and I are watching telly, or we're out for the evening, or I'm asleep. I do occasionally sleep. I think my husband thinks I should sleep more, and I think my doctor thinks I should sleep more, but that's just how this body works. I try to get at least 7 to 7.5 hours a night, and if I do, then I can usually run on full steam for the whole day. Sometimes I don't quite get that, but I give it my best, folks. I honestly do. And then, of course, if you want any of these patterns I've shown you today, or a new hexagon, our sets, anything like that, our website is www.mybuildaquilt.com. And you can also sign up to subscribe to the website. That way you get notified when I send out email blasts. You get notified when I do my blog, all of that kind of stuff. And I am going to have another blog entry coming up here as we're switching from summer into fall. I try to do the blog at least once a quarter. I try to do it more often, but I at least try to do it once a quarter. So you'll get all of that information as well. All righty, everybody. It was great to do a little Friday coffee and quilt chat with you all. Okay, thank you. Great, Norma. Yeah, I'll just look for that, dear, and I'll be happy to send you that information. Until next time, everybody, if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. That's how this group has grown to be as large as it is in less than 18 months. It just blows me away every time I go online and it shows me all that information. I'm just like, I have almost 500,000 friends who like to quilt with me. Isn't that awesome? I love it. And so please subscribe and become part of the Build a Quilt community. We would certainly love to have you. And please like and share the videos. Again, that allows other folks to find us and get to know us. We really appreciate that. And as I always say, quilters are artists. So everybody, go quilt life beautiful today. Bye for now. Bye.